Hello, I'm Charlotte Atchley, editor of Baking and Snack, and in our September issue, you can take a tour of Aspire Bakeries' Otis Spunkmeyer facility in Newark, California. Today, I'm joined by Beau Netzer, Chief Commercial Officer of Aspire Bakeries, to talk about how the company has streamlined the Otis Spunkmeyer brand. Thanks for joining me today, Beau.
Hi, Charlotte. It's always good to see you and talk to you. I appreciate the time. Thank you.
So, in the story in our September issue, Tyson Yu, the CEO of Aspire, he talked about how you guys have streamlined the Otis Spunkmeyer portfolio. I was hoping you could tell us a little bit more about the strategy behind that.
Sure. The work on that had already started. The For those of you who don't, might not know the story about the history of Aspire Bakeries, our cookie portfolio that's currently under Otis was a consolidated couple of businesses that we bought. One was the Chippery Cookie Company, and the other was Pennant Foods. So the beginning of that portfolio consolidation had already begun, but rationalization is always a bit messy. Customers get involved. You have very, very passionate salespeople, and so the work wasn't done. And really, at the end of the day, it's to provide the most efficient supply chain of the broadest portfolio of products that we can bring to our customers. That's what makes our customers excited about doing business with Otis Spunkmeyer. And so we embarked on that exercise, and COVID gave us a bit of a nudge. We had a big volume fall off during COVID, and also we had an inability to really predict what was coming at us from a demand standpoint. So we had to go to almost a triage portfolio rationalization. And in that, we use that opportunity to really have deep conversations with all of our customers and say, hey, what really matters now, which is just getting food into the market. But then what matters as we go forward? We really got to look at how we can make ourselves more efficient, but give you the ability to have resiliency and use our leveraged supply chain to be a better supplier long term. And so with that, we embarked on a simplification exercise, and most of it was centered around just reducing redundancy that we have with our cookie portfolio. We did have a lot of redundancy with size and flavor. Secondly, there was an undercurrent of supply simplification that really needed to be taken into consideration as we move our cookie formulas around in the network to provide redundancy for our customers. The whole ingredient complexity really played as part of our supply decisions and how we were going to build the portfolio. So that played heavily into the decisions we made. But in the end, we've built a very, very strong core range of over 7 dozen products. There's not like we didn't take the whole range down. We got a really, really broad range. But by providing a more simple core range approach, we also have it in broader distribution. You can get it anywhere in the marketplace. And so that's really working well with our customer partners, and they appreciate that. Nobody wants too many SKUs that aren't turning fast enough in distribution. And so it really enabled us to grow our operator base with that strategy once we got that all sorted out and acted into the marketplace.
So, how does having that more streamlined yet still broad portfolio help Aspire Bakeries better serve its customers?
Well, we're all about growth, and one thing it did is we sort of retrained our customers, or we let them train us too, and it enabled us to, when we decomplex the portfolio and kind of help create a win-win situation. It enabled us to launch new products and bring them to the market once everything settled down. Our biggest launch we've had in a while recently with frozen cookie dough is our lemon cookie that we launched earlier this year. It's launched to much fanfare. Everybody loves it. It's a great light flavor profile. It's great for the summer, but it's something different in the marketplace, and it's going quite well. And then right behind that, we're launching a pumpkin spice chocolate chip cookie, which is going to be it's a great tasting product, and it just fulfills a different kind of eating experience. And then secondly, not just products, but more customers. So when you simplify the range, get the range tight, but make it more expansive into distribution across all of North America, it enables us to offer cookies to more customers in a very, very simple way. And if you look at like an emerging chain, which we focus on, one of the biggest challenges they have is getting food on their menu in distribution. So they can't customize, they can't drive distribution all the time. So we can walk into customers and say, hey, we have this great cookie. It'll be incredible for your menu. Your customers will love it. And by the way, it's available in distribution right now. You can get it. You can order it tomorrow. And so that's really a key enabler for us to grow and where we want to grow and all of the sectors that we want to drive our cookie dough business. Some of those sectors are, I mentioned emerging chains and other areas, which what we're doing to drive our business is our Otis oven program. It's very, very, it's been around for, over 3 decades. I used to compete against it in a prior life. It's a great, great tool to bring more fresh baked cookies into the marketplace. And that's what consumers want. Consumers buy cookies out of home because they're fresh baked. And so it enables us to get into places that either do not have the prep capability because they don't have ovens, or their ovens are tied up for thermalizing food and not baking. And so venues, I mentioned like emerging chains, C stores, convenience stores are something that we're seeing huge growth in fresh baked cookies, um, restaurant opportunities, even all of our core non-commercial sectors, elder care, college, university, more hospitals are baking cookies. The lodging sector, we had quite a few customers prior to COVID baking cookies. Now we're getting more and more of our customers getting into fresh baked cookies. So this has really been kind of a great growth story for us on frozen cookie dough.
So, when you look to the future for Otis Spunkmeyer, where do you see the growth opportunities?
We're going to continue to focus on our flagship frozen cookie dough franchise for the fresh baked. But as I mentioned, the last podcast I did, we were talking about individually wrapped products. And one of our core capabilities and one of our core franchises is our Otis Spunkmeyer individually wrapped muffins, which are a fan favorite. It's in the article. You'll hear about the stories about where people find our muffins and have a great an emotional attachment to Otis Spunkmeyer muffins. It's one of the things that when I talk about to people, who I meet, what do you do for a living? I said, oh, I work for, Otis Spunkmeyer. And they said, oh my God, I love your muffins. I get them here, 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 and here. And it's really a great story. They're very connected to it. So the flagship of that business is the muffin, but we also have a very, very expanded individually wrapped cookie business that we use for vending and micro markets. And also, if a restaurant needs a quick dessert grab and go program, our 4-ounce individually wrapped cookies fit the bill. We've had some really nice innovation with that range. We used to have basically a single item. We launched an apple cinnamon oatmeal cookie last year, a double chocolate caramel. This year, we just came out with a brand new birthday cake, 4-ounce cookie individually wrapped. So we're bringing much innovation into the marketplace, and our customers, are really enjoying it. And then there's adjacency capability with that category. And so anything that's a dough or a batter, we've looked at really expanding and bringing something under the Otis flagship brand. Brownies was a category we expanded into last year. Fantastic brownie product we came out with. And then we also have loaf cakes as well that came out into the marketplace. And we launched those at the vending show last year. And then you'll see a big display of our new products at NACS this year coming up in October. So it's exciting times at Otis Spunkmeyer.
Well, thank you so much, Beau, for taking the time out of your day to share with me all the exciting things you have going on.
Charlotte, it's always a pleasure. And thank you so much.